Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence on the series JG. Well, it's like in every individual video. I've gotten into this mode so many times in these big, epic Kawaii strategy games. It happens a lot in RTK too. It's like every individual action seems to be going well and successful, but the overall game is slipping away. Happens in RTK, like you have a couple of really fun outings as like a created character force, and then you realize that you just can't expand fast enough to stop Cao Cao. And Tokugawa is kind of the Cao Cao of this game. We could switch human control over here, or even hope that our AI buddies expand quickly, because now with this coalition thing going, there are hostile clans to attack, but like the Fukushima clan is part of the enemy coalition. Some of these forces up here are part of the enemy coalition. I'd love to see the enemy coalition actually gain some ground against the Takeda, but it seems unlikely, particularly because the next strongest force in that area, I'm pretty sure, is the Maeda clan. One thing I definitely need to do is stop wasting money on diplomacy with the Maeda clan now, because A, I want to fight them as soon as I can, and B, you know, you never know when you were going to need diplomacy. I don't regret having spent some gold on it. It turns out it wasn't a great decision. I couldn't have known that. It wasn't stupid to try to maintain high trust with them, but now that we're in a coalition together, like, it's happening on its own. If I'm spending money on it every turn, I need to stop. Let's take our show our skills and something. I began the politician trait. Lots of people are becoming politicians. Some of them are even becoming golden touch guys, whatever that means. Our army of 2,000 is fighting an enemy of 1,000 at Tsurugaoka. We're pushing them back. We have Yokota Castle surrounded. It's only a matter of time.
Last month's balance.
We made a little bit of money.
Reporting in.
One or more castles been surrounded. Painting is trade off. Ronin. The Ronin Warriors. Ronin Warriors was an anime that showed up on Cartoon Network for a while. My chief association with that is that I heard there was a new anime on Toonami, and I was interested. And on the way home from work that day, that was when Burger King was doing the poppers, which I really liked. They reminded me of a horrible junk food that I used to eat in college. So I ordered like a double Whopper meal with fries, and also got like Whopper Poppers or whatever they were called. I just remember having eaten way too much fast food and felt really sick, and watching a new cartoon on Toonami, which didn't impress me at all. So that is my association with the Ronin Warriors. Okay, so apparently there is a battle that I could be directly controlling here, but I don't think I'm going to bother. Oh yeah, that's right, it's domestic time. It's domestic time, y'all. So we got like no freaking money. We can employ some... Ooh, there's a bunch of Ronin that can be employed here. Pretty much always hire everybody available in this game, because it's just the nature of this game that you've got. You're going to need officers in these cities to do stuff, and in this game, officers don't cost. They don't have a salary. They're just like a one-time payment. It's kind of strange. Now, I'm not showing any places not having any officers, which seems kind of strange. I thought I would have some, but I don't. I got a bunch of new... No, I've only got 4 officers there. So these new officers showed up. I don't know where. Let's give these guys a few, like an officer or two. Because they're spreading them not necessarily the same way I would, but they're clearly don't have as much to work with. If they've got a place that literally just has the one officer. Oh, wait a second. I hired a bunch of new guys. Where did they all end up? Shibata? Some of them did. Okay, you should not be overseer here. So I'll need some officers there shortly when I take it over, and I'll need some officers up here pretty soon, and probably up here. And then I just got to decide, do I want to push north, or do I want to expand this way first? Because the Nanbu are going to be the toughest of these clans left, but they'll probably put up less fight than the Megami did, and the Megami didn't put up as much fight as I even expected them to. Although I did hit them with, like, overwhelming force. Which city was it here that I'd like to think? The city just showed you that it's ready to believe in good. Inawashiro has, like, nothing, because a bunch of its best officers marched out and then kind of got left. So again, I'll probably be relocating some officers, but now that we got this coalition thing going, it's kind of forced me to... I've been going back and forth on how to do it, but now I really just got to roll up the north before I try to take the center. Unless I really want to, like, transfer, like, control down here and try to march out of here and take over all these cities. Which may not be a terrible idea, except that I feel like there's really not much of a chance that I can do it fast enough because, yeah, I mean, they're already... Hikaru Date? What? Oh, wait a minute. Hikaru Date. I think that may be the daughter that we married in to get the alliance going. It's kind of cool that she's fighting for them. So let's sort by name and find Hikaru Sulu. No, Hikaru Date. I will support Hidetada's and mate. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Child of Masamune. Masamune's daughter, who we used in part of a marriage alliance. I shouldn't say used, but I guess it really is kind of literally used for a marriage alliance, is in fact leading troops out there, although it looks like she's leading troops that didn't do very well because they're kind of retreating a bit. Anyway, all right, so... don't have a lot of money to spend, so let's
what would you like?
Can't really, don't want to sell food. Our money problems, at least for a little while, will be solved reasonably shortly. Merchants in town, how about focusing on crafts? Ooh, we've got quite a few things to do. I don't know if we have enough gold to do all of them, though. Yamagata, this is like one of their best locations. What can... Yamagata, I think... Was Yamagata their capital, or was... Yeah, Yamagata was their capital. So, Yamagata... Gesundheit. They really can't build anything that interesting, unless we just haven't. Unless we need to explore, and there's resources there that we haven't explored for yet. Yamagata can't do anything as far as neat. Wonderful idea. So we actually will have. Masamune scouting up there, and then you can scout here, and by you I mean Serious JG, I suppose. And hopefully be able to scout more than one location. Because, yeah, I feel like Yamagata should have some options. Like, there should be some kind of resources here, but right now there's nothing that would allow us to do anything special. So this will eventually... I could do conscripts there. So this wouldn't be a terrible place for a cargoman. Because I could do conscripts there since it's F at everything. And a cargoman here would mean that would be better, and this would be better. Now, this place I'll end up having to do crops, so that'll get a cargoman too. So all these be self-supporting, which means I'd need to do some commerce down here, or I'm just not going to have good commerce going here. Alright, let's start working on a cargoman over here. And my gold is like gone. Damn it. No.
What would you like?
Could sell the tiny little bit of food I've got.
Thank you very much.
I've got no food now, but I should be getting next month I should be getting my harvest. This might at least give me enough to build whatever new facilities are available. Commons. Probably do conscripts in one of these places, so let's go cargoman again. That is my default. What are you trying to do? This will be crafts. This will be probably crops. So this should be building towards an orchard, which it already was. Perfect. And now I'm out of, well and truly out of everything. But if I can just win this fight... Is it even worth... it might be worth doing manually just because it means we can knock down the walls, which I know means that it'll take labor and gold to repair, but I just win the fight faster. Which just feels worth it to me.
Yes, my liege. Acknowledged.
Begin. You are inspiring your troops. I will raise melee attack. And I guess that means I should switch to melee attack.
Leave it to me. My time's over.
Oh man, Shaman Yamazaki, you need to get up here and put a stop to this guy. He says playtime is over.
Engage. Pull back.
Engage, full back. Well, make up your mind, man. Might not have been the same guy.
We march.
Oh wow, now he's deployed with a whole new unit. A whole new bunch of super friends. This battle might be significantly harder.
Follow me. Leave it to
Because
me.
he will be a significantly better commander.
Understood.
Matter of fact, we probably want to
Understood.
just kind of hold off and let the tribals get in.
Leave it to me. Get them. Attack.
That head is mine. The doggone head is mine.
Acknowledged.
No, he's got ninja skills like Perturb. Yeah, whatever.
Leave it to me. You don't stand a chance.
He's the trick master, alright.
Understood. Let's get this started.
Now might be a good time to use Rapid Assault. Rapid Assault.
He's surrendered.
Well, he's using it even more. Just told him to use it, and he's really into that, apparently. Alright, that's gotta be it for them, because they, like, deployed the minute that we won a battle outside of their castle. And now we got Charismatic, too. You can just go ahead and... Madoka, you can just start heading up this way. And you won't be able to take that castle by yourself, but you'll be able to get a start going on it. And I don't know if this army will be enough by themselves to deal with all this. No, we'll probably have to regroup a bit. But this will be a place, like, if we have an extended period of peace, I might need to think about, like, building a, you know, getting a new castle going here and here, and, you know, like, this place seems like it's thin on the ground with castles, but I guess it's the frozen north, but it seems like there's places we should be able to, you know, build that we're not building at right now. But I'll definitely need to fill in this zone, maybe another castle in the middle of here, and maybe one down here. We're going to have to get into a building phase at some point. We're not going to win just by constantly attacking. We're going to have to develop our own territory.
Did you think you could beat us?
Huh? Did you? Did you, punk? She didn't even really get a chance to get going before these guys were ready to help her out with the attack. But now we're officially at war with an Anbu. Their diplomatics, yeah, they should be refused. Enemies we are at war with. These guys are hostile too because they're friends with the Megami clan, but Megami clan will be a memory soon enough. These guys are neither hostile nor interested because apparently they don't think that we are close enough to be a threat. They are very wrong. We don't have enough soldiers surrounding the castle. It'll just be a waste. No. We're here now, friend. We'll help you. We're running low on food, but we've got the castle surrounded. It's their last castle. Damn it, it should fall. Okay, we might have to storm the castle to make it fall faster.
Attack!
I got a rice dealer that can be changed into a super rice dealer. Can't believe sickness has taken me. Are those guys all up there with the units that are out of food, possibly?
Let us begin the meeting. Reporting in.
We have Tsurugaoka Castle surrounded by a force of 7,000. It should fall
Here is
rather
last
quickly.
month's balance.
I hope so. So we spent what we made.
Reporting in.
Looked around Memorial Castle, but I couldn't find anything. Gained enough trust. Oh, I meant to cancel diplomacy, but I guess that it's happening now. Somebody can become charismatic. We discovered a secret path. So there's cool shit going on, but we also have castles with no one to protect them. Shame. Shame. Any of these new guys have decent political scores? I thought from Hide that was Hisahide Matsunaga. There's it wouldn't have made sense. He should be dead. Oh, these guys are already lords. So we get some of the Somas to go up there and run that place properly. We didn't get food yet. I guess we're getting food next month. So we are probably not going to have enough gold to do very much. We can teach someone the charismatic trait, which does what? Max popularity and recovery up when lowered. Well, you're a regent. We'll give it to you. So this is the power of the charismatic trait. I'm not going to lose anyone. She already should be charismatic. She's like the super cute girl who's also a badass warrior. That seems like a fairly charismatic combination to me. Got quite a few places that can do some kind of building. Rifu Castle's pretty important to us, though. Let's get it going as fast as we can. So we're going to want a coin exchange, which increases crops and crafts. JG Mystery can take care of it. Reservoir is almost always the thing to do. Basically, if you can build a special building, it's almost always a good idea to build a special building. What did I just say? I just hope we have enough gold left to do all the overseery stuff, but if we don't, we don't. Get the job done with less people than usual. I would have preferred less gold, but oh well. I mean, you will end up being a cargoman, I'm sure. Yep. And from here, I'm sure we don't have enough how much does it cost per month? Well, whatever. We'll auto the rest of it, but I know we're not going to end up using all the labor because we're going to run out of gold. So, not even close. That's what happens. People have told me that labor doesn't trickle over. I kind of thought it did. I'm not sure how it works, but I do know that next month we'll have a bunch of food to sell because we don't get to go to war with the Maida yet. So, hopefully that means we won't be able to use all the food that we're collecting. I guess we'll find out. We're not losing this one. No, you're probably not.
There is no foe we cannot defeat.
Oh, thank goodness. Megami Clan was... I was worried about that one because the units were out of food. Megami Clan was limited by Date Clan on August 1606.
Enemy officer apprehended.
And we captured the entire clan. So now all you guys are completely out of food. Let's decide what to do with the captives. Let's hire them all. I need a little time to sort matters out, nephew. Because this really isn't how I was hoping things would end. Everyone else, however, will work for us immediately. And that's good because we can spread those officers around to all these cities we just took over. Because the Megami clan actually has some decent officers. Not a lot. I mean, the ruler of the Megami clan is the best officer by a considerable margin. But he'll be ours soon enough. So now that we've got an alliance with the Maeda, and we've got the Tokugawa carving up the center before we can possibly get there, best thing we can hope for now is to just completely take over the north, and we'll see how much time is left in the anti-Tokugawa and our anti-Tokugawa coalition. It's the anti-Tokugawa coalition, folks. It's like an anti-missile. Because he can shoot a missile, and then somebody else will shoot an anti-missile. So at that point, you have to shoot an anti-missile. So we're part of the anti-Tokugawa coalition. And depending on how much time is left in that coalition when we finish taking over the north, we'll either start building new fortresses and trying to start strengthening our own holdings, or we'll just get ready to roll on into Maeda territory, so that we can take as much strength as possible before it's time to actually fight the Tokugawa. Because honestly, down here, things kind of could go either way. It's not... I'm pretty positive at this point we are the second most powerful clan. But it's kind of a distant second. Soldiers, the Tokugawa have more than twice our soldiers. They got fewer officers, and that's no longer just down to created officers. Now that is a bigger difference than just our created officers. But income-wise, we are behind, but not that far behind. They have no policy expense. I don't understand that. Maybe I need to get rid of some of our policies. Maybe it's just too expensive. Eventually, policy expense is just like nothing. You've got so much gold coming in, it doesn't matter. But harvest-wise, we are now ahead of them. Income-wise, they are ahead of us. But in terms of things like horses, musket, we're actually a little bit ahead of them on muskets. But they're much bigger maximum militia, many more soldiers. We're not even in... Hold on, am I crazy? Yeah, we don't even have the second highest soldier count. We're behind the Mori. But our max is... I don't know the difference between militia and troops. I've never understood that properly. Anyway. I mean, I feel like we could compete with them. We'd have to punch slightly above our weight class. I always like to make sure the odds are in my favor before I manually control these battles, because I don't think my involvement necessarily makes things go better for us.
Acknowledged.
Leave it to me.
Fighting those guys is kind of a waste of time most of the time.
Let's go.
Leave it to me.
Let's concentrate, I guess. It's probably we want to use range to avoid losing a lot of troops.
What shall we do battle? We withdraw.
Yeah. We beat them up right in front of their castle. Yeah. Guess we're still planning to just sack it.
Acknowledged.
It should fall easily. Now it's like a matter of, do I want this army to come through the pass here and because next month we really should have a new food supply if we wanted these guys to march on Shizuji Castle. Isawa Castle has been holding its troops, just being ready just in case it gets attacked, but yeah, these places are depleted because they were part of the attack on the Megami. But if Rifu Castle and Isawa Castle both attacked, and those guys came through this way, seems like we would be able to take over this portion of Nambu territory quickly. Again, I mean, I'm trying to move really aggressively, but we certainly don't want to be launching any attacks right now until we get our next crop of food in.
Don't let them escape.
We will join you.
And preventing their escape. You guys, finish them off. Woo! Oh, they're all almost out of food, too. Shit. Oh, well, that was fast. It's the power of the spear wall trade. Golden. She has gained a lot of traits
Enemy
in all
officer
this.
captured.
Honestly, it's probably... It's probably better if we just... I'm honored. Okay, so that guy joined us only. It's probably better if we just start. I know I was thinking, hey, we can launch an attack. Nah, let's actually take a little bit of time and recover here. We'll have to redistribute some officers now, but let's actually get our troop counts back up in some of these cities first, because I feel like if we launch an attack as powerful as the one that took out the Megami and then also took out 2 of these cities of the Nanbu, one that they had only recently taken, like if we get that much strength going again, we'll probably just roll through. There's a lot of territory to cover up here. It's going to take more than one attack, but we can probably, if we take these 2 chunks of territory here, the next attack and take this, we've got the north. And if we do that before this coalition is over, and the coalition is going to last for 11 months, so that's not forever. I don't know. I still feel like I'm on a race against time. But, like, if we take all of this over and the coalition ends and the Tokugawa haven't completely taken over, and if they're still on good terms with the Maeda, I just got to take over the Maeda. Because they got enough good cities that it could make a difference. And if I take them over and the Tokugawa are, like, distracted somehow and they haven't finished the center, maybe I can see some of the center. But this is the kind of thing that annoys me. These little clans become, I keep calling them the Tokugawa vassals. That kind of thing is frustrating sometimes. Anyway, I think it's just about time to call it a video. Maybe I'll just let this turn in so that we can do our domestics at the beginning of the next turn, yeah. Because it pretty much is time to call it a video here. Road work is being completed. All sorts of cool stuff is happening. Castles are yielding. And Tanashige Mizutani is dying. Didn't I just make him a castle lord? Or I guess a lot of these portraits look alike. This guy gained the courage trait, so it's all good. Masayuki Sanada gained the blitz trait. I hope he's actually decided he likes working for us. Nagamaso Asano certainly has. Let's leave bases far away from our main castle to the lords. Well, there we go.
Here's last month's balance.
That's something we're going to have to figure out next time.
Reporting in.
Received a gift of gold from the tribes. Got provisions. Gift from the tribes. Nagamasa Asano intends to serve. But we've got a castle. It's only one at the moment. But we've got a castle that's too far away to control. I just have to keep my focus up here long enough to take all these cities over. Then maybe throw down a couple of cities just to get them started. And then I'm turning all this crap over to the computer to auto-run, so it'll just generate, you know, a little bit of gold and food for the coffers. Anyway. Went from like having hundreds of food to 200,000 food. Yes. The game now wants provinces and stuff. No. Kind of wish I had set the daimyo control to unlimited so that we didn't have to deal with this. I might still set up provinces just to have this notion that something was happening with the places I wasn't bothering to control, but you can kind of sit there and just delegate. If you're delegating development, so that all you have to do is deal with new districts and new buildings, manage the entire map of this game. For you can manage a big chunk of Japan before it becomes ridiculously unyielding. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time as we continue to try to roll up the north. And depending on how quickly we can do it, we might have time to actually start trying to build up new cities in the north before we turn our attention to attacking what we can of central Japan.
Masamune, I need you to join my coalition.
Oh yeah, sure thing, Ieyasu. I'm gonna be all over fighting your enemies for you. Can't believe people think Masamune might be a traitor. See you guys next time.